time, perhaps. Yeah, I felt the opening there. Okay, so we can't show the full opening. But, so okay, so opening now. TV do I do opening, reviewing opening after the episode then. Okay. A lot of explosives. It's a very nuclear opening so far. It's very much like everything is gonna die. This feels like the Seek plan. Everything's gonna die here. It's just explosive. Okay. Lot of nukes. Oh yeah, birds falling. Man, it's a goosebump opening. It's just a lot of nuclear and like, you know, World War II stuff with like gas and so on. Yeah, it's like quite the grim opening so far. Oh yeah, here is the army. Yes, now it's the Germany, World War II German. Okay, the birds flying. It's a goosebump opening. I feel though. It looks very. Oh yeah, and then everyone dies. Okay, and everything is. Whoa, this of course the falling. Talk about later in the review part. Yeah, falling part there. This is one of the most. This is literally the most nuclear opening ever in anime. This is a bunch of nukes and everyone dying all the time. Okay, so a nuclear opening. They kill everyone. Okay, everyone dies. Pretty accurate opening, I feel. Pretty accurate. It's like, yeah, mass destruction of everything. Yeah, it's like. Oh, and of course now it's a lot of corpses. Oh, and then we see the Titan shape. Oh yeah, Eren kind of thing there. Yeah, that felt like a very, actually, literally, I feel a very. That opening has like no actual spoilers, maybe the upside down falling thing. There was like no real spoilers, but at the same time, it's like, well, actually, it's pretty telling what's gonna happen here because Eren's gonna die. So it's like this massive destruction feels like that's the anime, right? I'll see a new ending, and we're gonna review the ending course, hopefully. That's clearly Jean. I would never. That's clearly Jean, man. That was clearly Jean. That looks definitely like a Jean here. It has a beard. It has a Jean beard there, and the hair. That has to be Jean. Come on, best character Jean has. There's no Eren and Mikasa, but at least that's Jean. Like, it is my best character is there. Jean is there. My favorite character is there. Okay, so the ending is here. We're gonna review the ending in opening course after here. Falco, clearly part of the ending here. Oh yeah, that's the tree. Okay, yeah, okay. Yggdrasil, clearly. Yeah. Got into the tree part and so on. So ending now, it's just like a lot of flashes, pats, I guess. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, here clearly the tree. Oh yeah. So the ending is. They love to do this in the ending. They're like, hey, let's talk about Ymir in the ending. A lot of Falco in the ending. So is Falco the new character? A lot of Falco. It was like a lot of Falco in the. Lot of Falco. Yeah, I can't wait for the shitstorm either. Honestly, that's why I've been so excited, guys. That was the episode there, guys. We're going into. I'm gonna review the opening and so on. First, the opening then. The opening, is nuclear. The opening is freaking nuclear, right? The opening is so. The opening was interesting. It's definitely kind of showcasing. I won't try to spoil here, but it's showcasing Seek and Eren's. They have their dreams or whatever, right? So they have this like dream plan and so on. It's kind of like, I feel the opening is kind of hinting to Seek's general idea of nuclear strategies. It's kind of that thing, and then the whole thing we saw in the end there, where he's like Beast Titan or screaming, right, and then they all fall down, which is a really good scene. I think the best scene episode right there, but he's sending all Titans down. So the opening is kind of like portraying that, I guess, where he's like, you know, we're gonna nuke everything. We're a very, very nuclear opening, right? There's so many bombs everywhere. No, it's not North Korea. It's clearly German. It's German. This is supposed to be Germany in World War II. It is something you can absolutely see in Attack on Titan, right? Is that, of course, the Marleys are, of course, the Jewish people, right? And they have the brand. It's kind of like the devil. It's like they have this like a star, right? It's like the David star and so on. So the OP, in interesting sense, but the OP really looks like something that the Germans, right, would produce during World War II, and obviously all the eldians are supposed to be this. The people in the ghetto and so on. So yeah, it's a Marley propaganda. That's an interesting opening. So in that sense, I like the opening because like this whole season it's all a bit more. It's about the Marleys, yeah. So we're following the Marleys. The opening is a Marley propaganda piece. It's very interesting in that sense. It's like, well, now then, let's talk about the Marleys. Yeah, it's kind of like that, right? But there was very little scene actually in the opening. The only thing that was noting is the there's a scene in the opening, right? This in here, I can show it quickly here, but talk about too much, but this in here in the opening is like the only scene where they have something that's happened in the episode, right? This is actually, of course, the falling down titans that you saw in the episode. So this is clearly, what's happening in the episode here. But this is like the only scene where we actually see something that's in the episode, and everything else is basically, just like nuclear. It's insanely much nuclear bombs, right? Because what I just find a good scene, sorry. Let me find a good opening scene. You see the Zeppeliners, see all the birds dying. Here we go. This is like the perfect opening part. Because otherwise, this is basically the opening, right? This is basically the opening. Otherwise, the opening. I love to break down openings and that opens, right, of Black Clover, One Piece, Bleach, or whatever, and so on. But this opening here is like, it's just a lot of nuclear. It's just a lot of bombs. It's like, look at people dying. It's a lot of nuclear bombs all the time. I think so. I can't say more about the opening, honestly. I feel than that, right? That it's. I like that. I like that comment a lot. Yeah, it's Marley propaganda. We're gonna fight people in the war, and it's like it's the Temple of Gabby. It's like Gabby is nuking people. That's kind of what the opening is. Not much to really discuss otherwise, I guess, except upside down falling titans, right? But anyway, we're seeing the episodes. We're talking about it now. We're gonna go and watch the ending now. And as I keep telling people, I don't know why I didn't answer it anymore. I'm not watching it on the site, right? I always say it every year. It's the same thing every time. I'm watching it right. There's no subtitles, right? I'm watching it with Japanese. I watch it on straight up on TV, and so on, right? So that's what I'm doing. But anyway, ending time, guys. Ending time. Talking about the ending. Let's see. So the ending is very Falco focused. It's very, very Falco focused. Eren isn't the MC anymore. This is the MC. Look at my Gabby temple. This is the MC. Jin is best character on this episode. Okay, so let's talk about the ending. And it's very hard talking about the ending without actually spoiling part, because the ending is very focused on Ymir, right? So Levi's of the episode. There's no character from the actual storyline in the character. There's not a single character except Jin that appears. Only Jin appears. So only Jin appears. So the ending is very. Eren is probably gonna be episode 10. I don't know. I have no idea when it's appear. No idea whatsoever. But the ending is very Falco focused. I have no idea really why the ending is so focused on Falco. Honestly, So my ending review is gonna be like, there's a lot of focus on Falco. So he's, as you see there, he's probably one of new characters, and I don't know. The ending showed him a lot. You see his hand, you see him reaching for the sky. So yeah, the ending is very, very focused on showing Falco doing stuff. So I don't know. Like the ending only has this scene, right, where Falco standing here. Not see him try for the sky. There's some hints to him with the bird, I suppose, but I don't know what that really means. Without it's only Marlins, yeah, it's only Marlins, but it's kind of a weird thing. And then we see Ymir in the ending, and it's like the path something. So it's like a strange ending. I think the ending here, I want to say it before I show the next thing here. I think in the ending here, we are not actually seeing the full ending. I feel the ending was probably maybe some shorter, 60%, something like that, right? I felt that they kind of skipped out a little bit on the ending, and it's probably a longer ending next episode. But so it's a lot of Falco scenes, and then there's one scene I go back to here. I can find it, and this might be lagging me now. Hopefully it won't crash here, guys. When I push the button here, not good. My CPU was like crashed a bit. It's a kind of Phoenix thing, I guess, in the ending. I was like, this I'm thinking, I'm just throwing it out there. So when I see like a flying bird, right, I'm thinking like Phoenix. So I guess like it's a Phoenix thing here, again with the birds and Falco, something like that, yeah. Something like Phoenix, bird, Falco. There's hints to him getting a flying titan, but I don't know, yeah, something like that. I don't know. Actually, that's probably what I would guess. What I think it's gonna be about, actually. Maybe. But anyway, later in the ending, we do have let's see if I can find this in here. There is a part that is interesting in the ending, because it's kind of like the explosive. Here we go. This is the part that's most interesting, definitely in the ending, I think, after Falco then. So yeah, so I mean, the ending isn't as spoiler, right? I mean, you've seen other endings. There was ending, and two of the ending. They had an ending scene where you have the three sisters, you have Ymir and the Devil, you have the whole backstory. That ending was even before the manga, right? So it was literally, there was the ending anime 2 had like scenes that the manga hadn't even shown yet, right? It was a very crazy, you know, in that sense, right? But this ending here is probably the biggest scene that shows you anything from what I would say is, you know, arguably spoiler, right? You kind of see this pathway and the energy going up there, right? Which is probably the biggest thing of this ending here. So yeah, so this is of course showing, so it's a spoiler warning then, right? It's of course showing the ending of the tree. Yeah, it has to be the Yggdrasil kind of aspect there. There's one thing that I haven't done a video about, but it's pretty clear in my explanation that how would I say it? It's pretty clear in the explanation of the whole backstory Titan that is based around Norse mythology. So this is something I was thinking of doing a video about one day, right? But it's pretty clear. I say it here, we can see it here, kind of hinted to that in the image here. That is that Attack on Titan, there's 9 Titans, guys, right? There's 9 Titans, and there are 9 worlds in the classic, you know, if you've seen Marvel and so on, right? But it's a classic world. You have 9 worlds, right? So you have Aesir and so on, you have, you know, Midgard, Asgard and so on. It's 9 worlds, and every Titan, in my opinion, is based around one of the connection of Yggdrasil, and that's probably how paths work. That's my theory about the general, right? And this scene here is kind of like, you know, hinting to the tree thing and the connection of Ymir, and of course Ymir is a Titan name, right? I mean Titan as in Norse mythology, right? And if you know, I'm Swedish, right? So of course I read a lot of rune scripts when I was a kid, right? Ymir, of course, being like the, you know, the first, the Titan they killed to build the world, right? So there's a lot of hints to actually huge hints of Norse mythology in Attack on Titan, and this image here is kind of hinting to that Ymir, Yggdrasil, tree world thing, and the next image kind of show the branches going out, right? And I would argue that every branch is like a Titan power. Every branch is supposed to be one of the Titans, you know, world power based on like Norse mythology, planes, right? It's 9 planes, and every plane represents one Titan, right? Something like that. I think this was the ending is coming to here, but it's, of course, it's very like not very clear in the ending, and it's kind of hinting to that, and the manga hasn't explained either. So this is just my own theory, right, based on what kind of has been hinted in the manga and the anime and so on, without really covering that. But it's another scene where you kind of see, yeah, like this thing here. This is what I mean. I think these are branches. So picture this being the branches, right? This is the branches of the tree, right? This is the branches going out and reaching to the different 9 plane worlds, right? So that's at least my opinion. I think Attack on Titan is based around a lot. Not, I mean, premise-wise, but the powers are based around Norse mythology, right? It's some kind of like, yeah, the branches are as connected, but also the branches are like the trees of Yggdrasil of Norse mythology, right? And every branch goes to one world, and there are 9 worlds, and there are 9 Titans, and every Titan has one power. Like one Titan is, you know, the mouth, one Titan is the kind of the power of this thing, and that's kind of representing, like, you know, hell and the different worlds in Norse mythology, like the, you know, the death world and the dwarf world and the Titan world and the human world and so on, right? So every path is like a different, how would I say it, right? Power plane or something,